regulatory processes meeting, our second one on Zoom, and hopefully our last, certainly for the meantime. Please note that the meeting is being live streamed, and please let me or Democracy Advisor Sean know if you intend leaving the meeting. Hopefully you'll be able to last for 30 minutes. We should be done before then anyway. I'm going to ask Councillor Condi to open the meeting with the Karakia.
Thank you, Councillor Sparrow. Whakataka hau ki te uru, whakataka hau ki te tonga. Kia mākina kina ki uta, kia mātaratara ki tai. E hi ake ana te ata kura. E tio, hei huka, hei hauhu, ti hei Māori ora.
Kia ora, thank you. I'm just checking to see if everyone is here. No apologies have been received. Have we heard from the Mayor, Sean?
I've not heard anything.
Okay. Well, I don't have to move. We haven't had any official apologies, so we'll move on to conflict of interest declarations. I call on members to declare any conflicts of interest they may have in relation to any item on the agenda. Okay, none there. Moving on. Confirmation of minutes. I move that the Regulatory Process Committee approve the minutes of the meeting held on the 19th of May 2020. Having been circulated, they be taken as read and confirmed as an accurate record of that meeting. A seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Matthews. I put the motion which has been moved and seconded. Please vote accordingly. You know how to do that. Just got to bring up my yes button. Okay, I assume that's gone
just
through.
waiting for Deputy Mayor Freddie. Oh, she's raised her hand, so that's unanimous.
Right, thank you. There are no items not on the agenda. We have one item of public participation. Martin Hanley from the Newtown Festival to give us a presentation. I welcome along Martin, and if you unmute yourself.
Hi, Anna.
Anna Kimball Welsh and Martin Hanley. Hi, thank you. Welcome. This is a funny way to see everybody. Maria from the Street Activities part of Council suggested we should introduce Newtown Festival and its road closure because she was saying that, you know, it's a long time since because it's such an established event, it's a long time since we've actually done this at one of these meetings. And so we sent through a little 3-page PDF that page 1 outlines. Oh, what happened there?
Yeah,
oh, wow. Oh, brilliant. So page 1 outlines the scope and scale of the performance on offer. We've just been doing the stats for this year's Newtown Festival because this document reports on the 2019 Newtown Festival. There were 175 acts, but that was actually 936 performers, of which, just grab the book from over there. It's amazing how many of those performers came from Wellington City. There were 147 from the Wellington region, and 82 of them were from the Newtown and the southern suburbs, and there were 130 of them got their first chance to play Newtown Festival. If we scroll on down the document, it gives you a sense of what that's our main stage with Bit Runga on it from 2019. This year, our feature acts there were Upper Hut Posse and Louis Baker and Tiny Ruins. So there's quite a lovely showcase of amazing Kiwi talent. The next page gives a kind of a crew and engagement scope. So the number of volunteers, marshals and recycling was very, very similar. And the employed crew who actually had paid work, either being a sound tech or a stage erector or a member of the traffic management company. There's nearly 200 people get a day's work out of Newtown Festival, but there's also with our 445 stalls, and don't know how we did it. We got exactly the same number this year. That's an enormous number of stall holders that are in business at Newtown Festival. And just out of interest, there's 141 of the stalls were from elsewhere in Wellington City, and 97 of them were from the southern suburbs. So it's around 108 stalls came from elsewhere in the country. You can read the rest of the event timing stuff, and if you just scroll to the third page, Sean, that's a zoom in on the map of the festival. Everything in red dots there, as you look at it, is a stage. There were 14 of them, and there were 5 venues. That's how come we managed in our 15 hours to get 175 acts performing. And I reckon that's a quick intro to the sort of much loved and long established Newtown Festival. Maybe you guys have got some questions. One key thing is we're planning under the COVID issues that we just have to assume we are going to be able to go ahead. We've got fallback strategies of little mini events if something happens and the crowd limits are changed, and we're not allowed to go ahead with such a big, massive outdoor event. But because it is such a big, massive outdoor event, that's why our road closure is being applied for now, so we can work towards it, and hopefully it can happen.
Thank you, Martin. Yes, well, 10 months away, so hopefully COVID will be well past at that stage. Councillor Matthews.
Not really a question. I just want to say congratulations for a fantastic event this year. I was very pleased to be able to be at the living wage stage all day and introduce Don McGlashan. So I had a bit of a fangirl moment, but it was a fantastic, well run, beautiful weather. And, you know, just again, what a great job you guys all do. It's a wonderful event to attend and participate in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. No one else put their hand up, did they? Okay, well, thank you very much, Martin. Yes, it is an impressive event, and all the best with your preparations between now and then. And hopefully most of us will be able to get there when the time comes. So thank you for that. All the very best.
Thanks.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, we do have the Mayor with us now. He will only be here for a short time. Welcome, Your Worship. Okay, moving on to our one item of general business. Proposed road closures, page 7 of your agenda, if you're looking at it on the screen. Before I introduce the report, we do have the opportunity to ask questions of, I see we have Maria here and, well, Siobhan, Jackie. So if councillors do have any questions, now is your chance to ask. Okay, I see no questions. So I will introduce the report. We have requests from organisers of 4 different events for temporary road closures. First one being in August, also in October, November, and the Newtown Festival in March of next year. So all of these are repeat events. There have been no objections expressed to any of them, and I'm comfortable in moving the officer's recommendation in regard to all 4, namely the Gazy Volkswagen Wellington Marathon, Spring into Tawa, the Polish Christmas Market, and the Newtown Festival Street Fair. Do we have a seconder for this motion? Councillor Wolf? Is there any debate? Okay. Councillor Matthews.
I just want to quickly say how great it is to see these events, planning for these events start up again, and to thank you to all of the volunteers who help make them happen. And, you know, we had the marathon people the other meeting, but, you know, to just see Martin and Anna and all, you know, all of the work that goes into doing this. And also thanks for the officers with the work to support these.
Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Rebecca. And I'd also just like to say that even though the roads get closed, we do not seem to receive a lot of complaints from residents. So I think that the work that's done in actually letting residents know what's happening and the expectations around that it's been very well managed. I don't think I've ever actually received a complaint in the whole 6 or so years I've been on council in relation to a road closure for one of these events. So thank you.
Yes, I would reiterate those comments. They are all large and well attended and well organised events, and we wish all of them the best. You didn't have your hand up, Councillor O'Neill? No? Okay, right. I put the motion which has been moved and seconded. Please vote accordingly.
That is unanimous.
Okay, thank you very much, Sean. Thank you for the part you play too. And right, we'll close with Councillor O'Neill reading the closing Karakia.
Cool. Can you all hear me?
Sure can.
Fantastic. Anuhia, anuhia, anuhia. Ki te uru tapu nui. Kia wātia, kia mama, te nākau, te tinana, te wairoa. Ai te are takatū. Koira rā e rongo, whakaria aki ki runga, kia wātia, aere rā, kua waitia.
Thank you very much for that. I declare the meeting closed at 2:12 p.m. And just one last question. Do you have a crowd watching you out on the street there, Councillor O'Neill?
I do a wee bit. I'm on Evans Bay.
Oh,
I got
well,
some dogs.
yeah. Thank you, everyone. All the best to your mother too there, Simon.